Hello YouTube. Cutting video. So this here is clay. This is standard modeling clay. And this is a blunt sparring sword. This is a good way to test your cutting technique without getting tatami mats and without dealing with a sharp weapon, and generally it's a lot safer, a little bit messier, but a lot safer. And I can reform this as many times as you'd like. As you can tell from all the grass and dirt and the clay on my blade, I have been doing so. Clay is not very forgiving. It's very similar to tatami in how it cuts. If you cut and you scallop, it'll be obvious because your cut, instead of it being a straight line, it'll be a curve. Oftentimes, if you try and hit it, it will not actually cut at all. It'll indentation, but usually you'll just knock the whole thing over. The base is solid concrete, just a PVC pipe, really easy to make. So yeah, with that I will show you some cuts, standard longsword cuts, and see if you can tell what they are. All right. As you can tell, cut's fairly easy as long as your edge geometry is correct. If your edge geometry is not correct, you get this, which is not handy. So again, trying to screw up my edge geometry. You see how that works? Came in on edge, I rolled it, all I did was indentate it. So I have cleaned my sword off a little bit, standard water. As I said, this is nothing more than clay, so you just make slip. So I'm going to try and show you a little bit with bad edge geometry. So I'm going to make my cut here, okay? And when I make my cut, I'm going to try and twist my sword as I'm cutting through, which happens a lot when you're cutting. Kind of do that as opposed to keeping your edge aligned. It's maybe hard because I spent all of my time practicing not to do that, so trying to do it on purpose may be a bit rough. So here I go. That's what happens. I end up hitting, and as I rolled into the cut, I'm ending up pushing it. So regardless of my force, and I was swinging that full force, it doesn't go through. Conversely, you want to see what it looks like, even with a huge lump of clay on my sword, proper edge alignment, no issues whatsoever. Feel free to practice as much as you want. You can practice with any sword. It can be sharp, could be dull, sparring or not, cheap or not. Clay is very forgiving on the sword. Even if your edge alignment does get wrong, I will warn you, when you hit the plastic, and you will chip it. If your sword's not that great, you'll chip your sword too. This sword, it's gone steel against many a longsword. Big burly men, so I am not worried about it at all. This is the sword that I use in tournaments, so yeah, that is cutting. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to sponsor my channel, Ouroboros Armory on Patreon, or visit me on Instagram, Ouroboros Armory on Instagram. Yeah, have to know how to use it to know how to make it.